It's the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way the things will really go with Sandra. And some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but someday we'll realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend of Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra.
The government is inviting the public to share their views on proposed changes to tobacco and vaping laws. The proposal aims to protect our young people, strengthen vaping rules, and address concerns about disposable vapes. We want to hear from parents, educators, businesses, and the wider community. The consultation opens on the 21st of August. Log on to publicconsultation.gov.ky to help shape the future of tobacco and vaping policy in the Cayman Islands.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Parents, are you ready? Just another week before your kids are going to be heading back to school. I know some of you are going to be doing backflips. You're so happy about it. Summer is coming to an end, and it's time for them to get back in the grind of things with their schoolwork. Well, some schools have started. Some of the earliest schools that go back early, because they let out early, they went back yesterday. So yesterday was their first day. So congrats to all of the students and good luck for a super productive year. And study hard. You guys can do it. Go in there with a good, positive attitude and, put in the work. You got to be willing to always put in the work. That's the key. So everybody's fresh. Some of the students have new teachers, so they're getting to know new people. Some have new people in their class. Although I think how the system works here, because Cayman is so small, a lot of times, probably 80 to 90% of their class is the exact same from year to year. It's only, unless they have some expat students kind of coming and going, that their classroom constitution, aka the makeup, will actually change. Yeah. So that's good. My daughter said of her cohort, year 4, they have the Zeus, lie down. They have the smallest group. And I actually like that for her because Lord knows the child loved to chat. Don't say she got it from me. And so sometimes I feel like she is easily distracted. But then again, at that age, I think, they're probably all easily distracted. So yes, school is back in session. So they got their after school activities. We're going to be signing her up for some new stuff this year because I wanted to try a few new things, including track and field. After all, she's half Jamaican. So need I tell you, I was a sprinter back in my day as well. I never long distances, honey child. Don't have the endurance for it. But we got power behind the shorter distances. And in fact, there's a bit of a genetic reasoning behind that. 23andMe did a wonderful job of explaining how we get our sprinting power. And it actually did a very, very interesting assessment on my profile to say that I am, my body composition, if I were in shape, that is, is one that actually is that of power sprinters. And it's considered a somewhat elite group of individuals. So I wasn't really surprised when I saw her doing the 200 meter with ease and coming in first. But I think that she doesn't necessarily have great form because she's just running, right? She's a kid. She's not had any training. So this now is where training becomes important because the training will teach her the correct technique, the correct form, and most importantly, how not to injure herself. Because every time she runs, child, she come out, oh, my leg, my ankle, my this, my that. And then she's laid up for another week with injuries. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you didn't stretch. And she's like, but I won. I said, win. That's not the point. You can win and do more damage to yourself if you're not adequately prepared. So I'm like, yeah, winning is, yep, obviously you're running to win, but you can't do that at the cost of potentially injuring yourself. So we're going to work on that this year and get her into a formal program where they'll be able to help her and let her know all of the important things that she needs to do to prepare ahead of a race, including diet and stuff as well, right? So all these things are important. All right, everybody good? Had a good day yesterday? It was Wednesday. We're going to talk about, we basically have open mic today, but there's a few things we're going to clarify. First of all, the scamming message that has been going out for the last couple of days. As soon as we got the message on Tuesday, I said, oh boy, here we go. Some of our good people are going to be losing money again. So we put up a message, and then I think that was Monday we sent out the message. Yeah. And then on Tuesday, I was shocked at how many people, it's like they sent it out in waves, right? So they did a first batch on Monday. Right away, I saw it and I said, this is trouble. So we put up a notification. But then I saw after that there was a second wave the day after because everybody was messaging me, hey, you need to warn people. Have you seen this? I'm like, actually, we warned people yesterday, but a lot of people had not seen it. And so we've got to stay vigilant. And then I was surprised that the police took their sweet time with their PR department and only sent out their notification yesterday. I'm just like, what? It was happening for like 2 days before the police got around to warning people. Ay. Anyway, I guess they're going to tell you they were busy doing something else in the PR department. I don't know what. So, let's be vigilant and don't fall for these things. And yes, I already know there's a guy who messaged me and he said, oh, I hope nobody falls for this. And I said, yeah, I hope so, because I hope not, because the last go round, I know of one person who lost $5,000 and another person, I think they lost $2,500. So this is serious, And so not long after he said that, he messages me back and he was like, you're not going to believe this, but my son just became a victim. And I was like, what? $500. Yep. I think it's $500 or $200. Yeah, I think it was $500 that he lost with this last one. And I'm thinking, you know how they get you though, right? They send these general messages. And, most people in the population is like, well, I wasn't speeding. I didn't get a ticket. I don't know what this is about. But they're always going to catch someone who's like, oh yeah, I do have a ticket. Like there are people who get speeding tickets. And, or, they, were like, well, I was speeding. Did one of these new fancy devices, cameras, whatever, give me a ticket? And then, they want to be law abiding. So they're like, well, let me just go pay it. And then they realize that they've been conned shortly thereafter. So do not fall for it, folks. Be careful. Yeah. So, yep, I already know one person who fell for this last scam. It's unfortunate. I hope they'll be okay, but wowee. No, sir. So, what a hot mess. Just be careful. Nobody can't be messaging me, saying anything to me, because I don't even read. They do it via text message, I think. I don't even read text messages. The other day, I actually found the text messages on my phone. I realized that legitimate people apparently had been texting me when they lost stuff, whatever. And I'm like, why are they texting? Who still uses SMS? If you want me to not find a message from you, send it by SMS, because I don't even read that on my phone. I don't think my phone notifies me about them because I don't be seeing them. So what's up, honey child? What's up? That's the way to reach me. And even then, I still have 100 and something unread messages in WhatsApp. So, yeah. What a mess. Okay, let me see what my beautiful people got going on here this morning. Thursday morning. We got Miss Barbara in the house. We got Stephanie Brooks, beautiful Stephanie. Miss Olivia is here for it. Patricia Blake, roll call. Hello, Miss Lucille. Strong Wilt is in the house. Damaris. Strong Wilt, you got to tell me what you did to that mad woman to get blocked. What's up, me? Strong Wilt says, come see Gigi running. Yeah, man, she got legs fit. She got the legs fit. I'm telling you. Yeah. And she mightn't be too bad at long jumping either. Marshall is here. Debbie is in the house. Debbie says, I have a friend who got scammed by $500. I wonder if it's the same person. Or was $500 just the going amount? Yeah. See, his son said they got $500 out of my account. It's okay, though. The bank is investigating it and doing their best to get my money back. And I definitely know to be much more careful. Listen to me. $500 that's money. Don't make them scam you. Yes. Oh my goodness. Gotta be vigilant. I know. me get catch by it. The day you see me get catch, you know something wrong. You might as well just take my phone. Because I'm like, nope, nope, and nope. I don't know you. Johan, good morning. Jackie is here. How you doing, Jackie? Fool people, says Raymond Barnes. Which ones? The scammers or people who get scammed? You know, at this point in time, I do feel very, very genuine that let me see if I need to make a little camera adjustment. I really feel like we should all know by now, but some people are just trusting. Like they get a message and they're like, oh, you know, they say I owe money, so let me hurry up and pay it. I'm just like, no. The court's not that sophisticated. The police are not that sophisticated to be sending you these messages. Mr. Kelvin, good morning. How are you? He says he's happy that it's Thursday because tomorrow is going to be Friday. Oh, lovely. Oh, yes. I just wanted to make sure everything was on auto exposure, auto white balance. Okay. Ms. Mitzi's in the house. Mr. Rennie, how you doing? This question is, how are they getting Cayman's email addresses and phone numbers? Aha. That is actually a very good question, Rennie. And I myself was wondering this, and somebody else mentioned it. What sort of databases do they have access to? Well, I suppose you only need one database breach for them to have it, and that's it. They've got it forever. I don't know that we have ever been told, and this could be a question for off-reg, but I don't know if we've ever told how they're getting people's phone numbers and how they're able to spam people by SMS. But at some point, they obviously got it. You know what? Let me see if I received the message. Because like I said, I don't check SMS messages. See, I have 603 SMS messages. Not a word of lie. See? Look. Where's the thing? I don't know if y'all can see it. I do know how to connect this phone to the computer, but take my word for it. Now it says 604. No, 603. So I have 603 there, one reminder, and the other, I don't even know what that one is. But I don't read these messages. See, every single one of them unread. So CNB sent me one transaction process on the 19th. Oh, yes. Thank you, CNB. I know what that's for. Yeah, that was me sending money, 549. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else sent me the thing by text, said new scam, and I'm now just seeing it because I don't read it. Okay, so they sent it to me on Tuesday, and they sent it to me on Monday. And here's the thing: the one on Monday I got in Spanish, completely in Spanish. But I think that my phone has already filtered it as spam. Yes, it was automatically deleted. It'll be automatically deleted in 90 days. They can delete that ish now. And then my girlfriend, how do I get back to, how to get back to it once I've deleted that? Hold on. Oh gosh, messages. Okay, iPhone has changed up a few things. So here we go. So 2 of them came in on Tuesday. That's 3. Oh, somebody else, another friend messaged it, I guess, to show me. Don't even forward it to me. I don't care because I'm not being. Someone sent me a text saying, oh, OMG. What? I actually missed an important message. Oh my gosh. Look at me discovering that I should really read these messages for real. Whoa. Why would she message me? Why would she? She sent a good morning. Just seeing this message. Thanks for the clarification. Wow, that's a game changer. You know, I was kind of wondering about this. Honey Chow, CUC reminded me I owed them money on Monday. Thanks, CUC. Skater's Choice. Yep, Flow Roaming, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for waiting. Your table was ready. That was an August the 1st Cheesecake Factory. Okay, never saw that one either. So yeah, I don't read text messages. Oh, this is so funny. This was a company that I subscribed to on their services. I never use it, so I'm not wasting my money. They actually text me. I saw their email, but I didn't see that they texted me as well. Well, I'm not renewing. I don't have to renew something that I don't want to renew. I'm trying to take my money. Massage appointment for July the 12th. People, stop texting me because I don't read any of these. Cayman post parcel has arrived. Customs duties must be paid before. Okay, didn't see that one either. Request for assistance request for assistance retrieving lost phone. Sorry, honey chow. Send it on WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you know what is so weird is that people text me as opposed to WhatsApping me. I see a WhatsApp message, like I said, but I'm not seeing any of these text messages. So this one's from March. This person said, "Morning, Sandy, had my ID, but that's the mom that you're on the phone with. It clearly shows that she has a serious mental issue. That isn't her sister. That's Arelis Carter, the mother. Miss Sandy, she be leaving her same oldest daughter she claimed. I'll leave that part out. To watch her other kids so she can run up and down with man. She needs to stop." What was this story about again? I can't even remember. Her son got knocked down off a dirt bike last year on the road with a boy, and she never even knew as she was home locked up as usual, and he broke his leg and couldn't attend school for weeks. She only knew when he was brought to her and she called the ambulance for him. Facts. Oh, honey child. Let me just tell them. Just seeing this. Always WhatsApp me instead. Cause yeah, I don't read these SMS messages. Okay, somebody else says, "Can I call you later?" Okay. Oh, another one from March the 12th, another scammer, Michael Jones, 6274 at iCloud. I wonder how are they getting access to these iCloud accounts as well. Talking about, this is Sophia. Hear how stupid this one is. Coming from an email that literally says Michael Jones, 6274. Then the message says, "This is Sophia." Okay, Sophia. "Reaching out from the Amazon's recruiting team. Yes, sir. We saw your profile and think you'd be perfect for a flexible work from home gig." Oh, I'm sure, Amazon. "You'd be helping our sellers keep their product into fresh. What? Keep their product info fresh so more people can find their items." Now, you know, Amazon not gonna be using no such wording. Keeping product info fresh? What a hot mess. Fits your lifestyle about an hour a day. How do you know what my lifestyle is? 4 days a week. Pays $250 to $500 daily. Base of $1,000 for 4 working days. Perks, free training. Yeah, most job training is free. What are y'all talking about? Plus 15 to 20 days of paid vacation every year. So you expect me to believe that you have a part-time job where you only work 4 days a week and you're getting all this vacation? Damn, that would be a good gig if it was true. We got 20 spots. We've got 20 spots open right now. If you're interested and 20 or older, text this number. You have to be 20 or over to work for Amazon. I could be 18. That don't make no sense. Okay, this is a hot mess. Another guy works at the Kimpton. Cargo sent from July, not received it yet. This is his number. What? Who are you? What's this about? Oh, Lord. Passports. So this was December of last year. Hi, my wife and I were visiting Grand Cayman and her passport was stolen. Our resort, the Grand Caymanian, suggested that we make contact with you. We simply want our passport back, no questions asked. It's my understanding that you can spread this word around quickly. Well, had I gotten it, Chris and Robin? But just seeing your message, tell people don't text me. They were from overseas, poor things. I hope they got their passport back. Anyway, needless to say, this is not the way. This other person said, I work at divers shop. One of my coworkers found this card. Always send via WhatsApp. Is there a way that you can do an automated message on SMS? So when people text me, I can be like, this doesn't get checked. Anyway, yeah, don't fall for the scams, honey child. These scammers are out there and they have nothing better to do. And I mean, they have a lot of time in their hands, because think about it this way. If they send thousands of messages and they even get 10 people that fall for it, that's still 10 people that, they're not particularly working hard, because all of this is an automated thing, right? Yeah. So don't be one of the 10 people. Protect yourselves as much as possible. Okay. Yes. All right. So let's talk a little bit. I got a lunch meeting today. So I'm going to be I feel kind of hungry already this morning, but I'm going to be like, drink water, because I've got a lunch meeting and I can hold off and just eat my one meal for lunch. Okay. Strong will. Oh, hold on. So it's a good question, Rennie. I don't know that we know, but I think obviously there's been a breach with numbers. So that's both Digicel and Flow, looks like. Nobody else does mobile numbers, right? And so, yeah, that's crazy that they have all of our phone numbers. And once they have it, I mean, I don't think there's anything that they can do. Let me ask some people over Flow. Maybe they might know how they got our numbers. But yeah, somewhere along the line, there's been some sort of a compromise, obviously. I'll see what more I can find out. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Let's see. I don't know if Flow knows themselves, to be honest. But somehow our numbers have definitely been compromised. Okay, good question. Good question. Paul, good morning, Paul. Your hand says, imagine Auntie Sandy asking people how/why they blocked. Kiss my teeth loudly. You're so silly, Johan. Morning, Evelyn. Good morning to Miss Jackie. Happy Thursday. Auntie, I'm not even there, and I got 3 Monday and 1 last night. Well, presumably to your Cayman number, right? So yeah, they're just sending them out. They press that send button and it spams everybody. I should get Anyway, Strong Will says, I was watching her on live, cursing and going on like an idiot. This one came on, it was like an idiot. And I told her she better pay Auntie Sandy her money. And this is why she blocked me. Who cares? She's a damn idiot. Well, she better pay me my money. So we are going back to court to do a case management hearing. And then after that, it's going to be the trial. And at that point, I will be informing the judge that she's not paid me my money. You know what is so funny? Somebody sent me a video, and I think it's an older video of her crying, talking about her unpaid not CUC, because she lives in the Brack Island energy bill. Thousands of dollars this girl has owed for years now. So I don't know why she's pretending like this is anything new. And about her cats and about, some people shouldn't cry. I shouldn't cry because I look ugly or when I cry, and so does she, particularly ugly. So find reasons not to cry in life, folks. You don't look cute when you cry. But yeah, she actually, she's special. Can we just say that? Y'all don't know. When Caymanians, y'all know what I say when I say she's precious. But she has a court order today, and she's refusing to follow the court order. And she's a liar. Talking about she didn't have the correct bank account number. Don't worry, the judge will get all that information when we go before him again in early September. I'll be telling him everything. She's refusing to pay. Ignore a court order at your own peril. But she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I can't, I don't even know what to say about her. She's just, the girl's special. But you know what? For as much as she cusses and carries on, right? About how she didn't want me in her page, which I'm not. I've long blocked her. Trust and believe that. And she didn't want me saying nothing about her, and I'm not able to use her stuff and this and that. Would you be surprised if I told you? I know you'd be surprised that she actually follows the channel. Yeah. Let me show you in real time right here now. Because you guys don't see who follow the channel, but as an administrator, I can see who follows the channel. And as much as she going on about she don't want no this and that, she is right here following the channel. And I cannot, because it's a channel, there is no way for me to block her. You can't block someone from following a channel. That just shows you, for those of you who sit down and actually believes the stuff that she says, right? Which she often contradicts herself. This is a perfect contradiction, right? You claim that you don't want to hear what CMR has to say. You can't stand CMR, but every day you're sitting there on our channel preying at what we have going on. Unfollow the channel. You see, if you truly don't want to do nothing with someone, you don't follow them secretly. You're not obsessed with them, right? I'm not concerned about her and her kitties. I'm just concerned with, I'm going to go through the legal process per the court. You're going to pay me my money by hook or by crook. And that's what we're going to do it the legal way. When people send me stuff, I'm like, please don't send me nothing from her. I don't care. I don't want to see her. Right? So she claims that's her same energy, and yet here she is following the CMR channel and getting her WhatsApp messages every single day. How you got somebody living rent-free like that in your head and being part of your life? Girl, get yourself some help. This type of obsession is just not natural. Irvin says, when we allow those terms and conditions and allow cookies, I think we have permission for third parties to access our data. Cookies ain't got nothing to do with SMS. Nope. That's not how that works. And data protection, no, that's not how that works at all. By the way, speaking of cookies, can I give a big shout out to the birthday gifting club for those Bookies cookies. Apparently Bookies is a place in Cayman that has gourmet cookies to die for. And somehow my daughter knows this information. I think once we drove by there, they're in Caribbean Plaza, so they're next to like Gino's Pizza. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's Bookie's Cookies. I'm like, who the heck is Bookie's Cookies? But she must have heard about it and she was all like, oh, can we go in there? Can I get a cookie? I'm like, okay. So I got some boxes of Bookie's Cookies for my birthday. All these different little flavors and stuff. Thank you so much. Now, the last thing I need to be doing is eating cookies. I'm just saying. This person, I think, has a secret mission to get me fatter than I am because they're always giving me the best food for my birthday. Last year, I got a wonderful cake that was so delicious. So what I do is I share. I shared the cookies. Thank you. Lots of people got to enjoy the cookies. But yes, I have one stashed away in the fridge that I'm going to have later. Thank you. Miss Barbara says that there's a scheduled outage for Seaview Road. Oh, this is from CUC. Let me, I'll reshare that for them. Let me just go on Facebook real quick. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate them advising of these outages that are scheduled. So did they post it on social media? No, they didn't. Did you get that by text? Karen, you won something from CUC? What? Karen Bet won. Yes, sir. I will share you, girl. So what did you win? $500. Look at you. Wow, I should play. They're doing a cooler summer Cayman campaign. How you never told me you won, Karen? Honey Jill. Congrats. That's amazing. Wow. I love to see people I know winning. Yeah. We're going to share that. Now people could be hitting you up for some money, girl. Karen, can I borrow a little $25 for lunch? You tell them, no, girl. Tell them you done paid that CUC bill with the $500 that you won. Very good. Wow. Okay, mess with you. Nope, I don't see this notice on there, but thanks, Barbara. I would have reshared it, but it's not there. The customs one was another scam because that was one going around. Well, I actually got a legitimate one, I think, from customs. I think. No, that one, no, the one I got was legit because there was actually something at the airport that I needed to pick up a few months ago. Morning, Abby. Morning, Miss Sherry Ann. Use a different password everywhere. Database was compromised and likely purchased by scammers. Well, I mean, your passwords don't have anything to do with your SMS. Like they got into Flow or Digicel system or somebody in Cayman that has all of our numbers. You know? Raymond says doesn't have to be a breach. Technically, once you know the format, it's just random numbers after 1, 3, 4, 5, 9, whatever. If a person responds, then it's a hit and they save the number. You're saying that they're basically using like a randomizer to figure out our numbers? I suppose that's possible, but I kind of think that because, I mean, granted, we don't know how many people they text that are not valid numbers. So we don't have access to that information. But the fact that they've been so successful in actually hitting numbers that are actual numbers makes me think that they probably have all of our numbers. I mean, it's a probability game, right, Raymond? So what's the likelihood that they send it out and all of a sudden thousands of people just received it? I think they have our numbers. They know what numbers they're dealing with. It's kind of like winning the lotto because in theory, even though it's 1, 3, 4, 5, there is still almost an infinite number of numbers that you could come up with for the remaining 7 numbers. So how do they know what those 7 numbers are? Because my number doesn't begin with a 9. That would be a lot of work. I don't see these scammers doing that. I think that they have somehow actually access to a phone list. Miss Virgilina? Virgilina? Good morning. Strong Will says, I told you that. She's an idiot. Auntie, she's in love with you. Listen, I believe you because it's an unnatural obsession. And it's just too much for me. I don't like stalkers. Brookies. Oh, I'm sorry. Brookies cookies. Oh my gosh. Not bookies. Brookies cookies. Thank you, YouTuber. Good morning, caller.
Morning, honey child. How are we? Have we had a cup of tea today?
No, we're drinking some water. By the way, I saw you message me, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I got so many birthday messages and stuff. I know I'm really
so sick of you now.
What's on your mind, Mama?
Oh, honey child, let's get on a real note now.
Oh, okay.
I've been receiving tons and tons of reports regarding scammers.
Okay.
They are preying on our seniors. There was a beautiful event took place in Northside on Tuesday with the seniors, where we had Georgetown, East End, and Northside seniors combined together, and they put on some skits to stay alert. Our seniors' phones are being hacked, and the message are being sent around to other seniors stating that they will, if they can borrow $900 until 3 days time.
Well, let me explain something to you, because it's we're talking about scammers, but it's really important to understand how they do this. So they're not hacking your seniors' phones. In most instances, to hack somebody's phone, unless you're the government, which means that they have extra special equipment to do it, you need to pretty much have a physical phone. It is much more difficult to hack a phone that you do not physically have, okay? But what they're doing, and this is another thing that people need to be aware of, is they are what's called spoofing numbers, right? Now, they can take over someone's WhatsApp, and this has happened, I think, a couple of years ago. This actually happened to Ozzy, where they try this this thing where they try to say, oh, no, I can't remember how to get into my WhatsApp. Like, basically, it's been breached and I want to get it back. And then you respond to that thinking it's legit, and that's how they're able to steal your WhatsApp. And it's very, very difficult once they've done that for you to get your WhatsApp number back. So sometimes they're doing that, but a lot of times what they're actually doing is they're simply spoofing. So it looks like I can send you a text message right now, and it looks like it's coming from so-and-so, and it's not coming from them at all. So this is why you can't trust. Yeah, you cannot trust these messages. So anyone messaging you and asking you for money, you need to pick up the phone and speak to them, and not just speak to them, because now they're even spoofing voices and stuff with AI. That's another scam that they were running in the States, where this poor woman thought it was her granddaughter calling her, begging for money and whatever. She was about to go to the bank and send these people thousands of dollars. And something told her, call your daughter, call her mom. And the mom was like, something not right. She calls her daughter. The daughter's like, I'm sitting here. I never called Granny. I didn't ask anybody for money. I don't know what's going on. So, people, there's so many different types of scams out there that people just have to be very, very vigilant.
Careful.
Yeah.
Yep. And this has been happening a lot.
She said the voice sounded just like her granddaughter. But that's probably because her granddaughter just put up something on social media. They're now able to take that video, have AI, read off your basically clone your voice and how it sounds. And for a quick phone call where the person's upset, your granny here, oh, she's been in a car accident. She needs money. Granny, I've been in a car. I need money. When you hear that, of course, you're like, God, I need to get to my granddaughter right now. And that's how they do it. That is how they do it.
Yeah.
It is wild.
We've They've been also calling saying that they're from CIBC and they need that you need to upgrade your account or they're going to close your account. An account, never had an account. And there's another one going on Messenger that some relief funds has been given. So
and
what we have
people
dedicated.
message me all the time. And I'm like, what, where do you think government getting relief funds? I'm like, they're not doing nothing like that. There was actually one yesterday, someone was saying that, oh, there's an investment fund and people talking about, you know, you can get this huge return on your money. And oh, but her friend told her that it's legit. And I said, well, I remember during COVID, a lot of Caymanians got caught up in those friendship circle ones. You know, remember they even had senior customs and government officials involved going to these meetings because they thought they can get a 25% return on their money. And what happened? Most of them lost their money because it's a pyramid scheme. So if you're at the top of the pyramid scheme, yes, you might make money. But by the time that runs through Cayman one time, nobody else is going to make money. It's a complete scam.
It is. It is. So that's why we putting on these programs. Stop, think, and tell someone whenever these situations occur. Because I mean, I've heard of 2 seniors thus far who have given in and sent money, and it's not to who they think they're sending it to. So
that's so sad.
I mean, it is extremely, but no, bringing them to knowledge to stay alert is, I mean, the best that we can do is that's all that we can do is to educate them to stay alert and practice out scenarios so that they will be alert whenever it happens to them. So to either involve the police or call someone and let someone know that this is happening to them. So I want to encourage all seniors to stay alert. Tell someone whenever something like this happens.
Yes, very true. And don't you know, have a trusted person look over the message, verify if you're a senior. Don't just be sending people money or even responding to these people. One of them, this was years ago. My aunt was at her shop in town, and one of them tried to get her. Raymond, I probably told you this, but I just happened to be there, and so she said, "Oh, give me your number so we can call you back." So when I went by, my aunt said this person called. You know, they're claiming they're from Microsoft and this, that, and the next thing. They wanted her to give them control of the computer because once they get into your computer, that's it. I said, oh, yeah, about some licensing thing. So anyway, I called them and I said, you know, I know that you're a scammer. What are you trying here? You know? Do you know you know that little Indian man sitting in some little hole in Bangladesh or wherever the heck he was? Started cursing me out once he realized that he wasn't going to get me.
Wow.
He got upset with me.
They on video call you. Come on the phone. Come in the video. I need to see your face, but that's to take your picture to copy your ID.
My dear,
don't answer them.
He got upset with me. And once he realized the scam was up, the gig was up because we were not falling for it. And I was like, nobody not falling. Oh, he started cursing me out with his little Indian accent. Yep. I had to laugh.
I had at one time an email came in stating that I had inherited thousands and thousands
from
of
some
dollars.
Nigerian prince.
Yeah. So I need to send some money to clear it. Hear me. Take whatever charges, whatever government fee out of the winnings and send it. Oh, we can't do that. Well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to stay with all of that.
My God.
Yes, you just have to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as I say, encourage our seniors to tell someone when these calls come in or these texts come in, share it with someone. Don't just act on it. Share it. Confirm it before.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, my dear.
Okay, bye.
I just noticed that my poor little phone needs charging. How much? 20%. Oh, 20% might last an hour. Depends on how many calls we get. So yes, be vigilant, folks. Do not fall for this stuff. They are trying to separate you from your money, honey. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you know, I think I had a video. I think I downloaded that one with the granny. Because yeah, we need to share these things because they're getting more and more sophisticated. They're using newer tools, right? So when you hear a voice and you think, oh my gosh, that's my granddaughter, of course you're going to believe it. But don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. They be trying the most. Let me just see here if I can find this one, because I'm sure that I had downloaded it somewhere. But anyway, these you know, they're a dime a dozen in a way, but they clearly work, and that is why they continue to use them. Because if they weren't working, they would stop. So you figure, okay, if they send out a couple thousand, and they even get 10 people in that one day, that's money they didn't necessarily have to work too hard for, you know? So yeah, keep on top of it. A lot of senior centers, I just see one popped up here an hour ago. Senior Center, Orangeville and District. They posted something again. Alert, grandparent scam alert. And they show you how they do it. The scam is still happening. It sounds very real. You get a phone call like this. Hi, Grandma, it's me. I'm in trouble. I had an accident. I'm at the police station. I need money right away. Please don't tell Mom and Dad. The voice may sound emotional, scared, or even identical to your grandchild. This is a scammer using fear and urgency to trick you. So this is a Canadian anti-fraud center. Do we have an anti-fraud center in Cayman? I don't think we do, but it might be time. But grandparent scams continue across Canada using phone calls, text messages, and even social media impersonations. Right? How to protect yourself. Do not ask open-ended questions like, what happened? Are you okay? Where are you? Scammers can easily answer those. Instead, ask questions only your real family member would know. What is your birthday? What is your mother's maiden name? What's the name of your family pet? Where did you grow up? And you know what is so crazy? This particular scam, they were actually running from inside of prisons in the US. What, you say? Yeah. Yep. Because apparently, you know, in a prison, they're breaking every other law, so why not? Back in December of 2024, NPR did a story about how they were, they had a phone company who actually developed an AI granny to try to beat some of these scammers as well. It's just wild. It is just, let me see if we can download this one. Add to playlist, let me see. But yeah, it's always something, honey, chill. And of course, they target seniors because, you know, a lot of them are easily confused. They don't always understand technology that well. And so that is part and parcel of the, like, let's go for the most vulnerable people, which is so disgusting, you know? So many seniors just don't have the money. Wickedness, I tell you. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So we'll keep you guys updated. Obviously, if we know about it, we will inform all of you. I was actually just looking for one of my Chrome extension plugins because I was going to grab this video for you, and then I noticed, I don't see it here. I'll have to add that to my to-do list. Okay. All right. So, it's a constant cat and mouse game. They're trying to come for us and our hard-earned money in the easiest possible way. And then we are trying to keep them away from our money. And so there is, the possibility really that they get one or two victims. And so you got to stay vigilant. Don't fall for it, folks. It's really sad when people do fall for it, because you're like, people can't afford to lose even $500, right? Lee says, I got 3 on Monday from 3 different persons. I mean, they're desperately. Irvlin says, yes, my husband got the CIBC call from an Indian-speaking gentleman who was very persistent in convincing him he was legit. My husband just told him some bad words. He probably didn't even understand what your husband tell him. When you drop a good BBC in a Jamaican accent, they're probably like, what? What? You didn't know you had won? CUC needs to contact me. Oh, no way. You won and didn't even know? That is so wild. Girl, look at CMR, breaking news to you that you just won $500. That is so funny. Yes, sir. What was you is now 25, yo. Happy birthday. This person says, I think the breach is with the banks. So it's Brookie's Cookies. The owner's name is Brooke. Sharing is caring. Yes, sir. And I made my custard cake day before yesterday. So I gave my hubby half of it to take to work. And then we shared up the rest. I got one little piece left. Might have that later on. Good morning, Sandy. She can still listen to you on YouTube, right? Unfortunately. Oh, Carrie. I have tried to identify, but she has so many accounts. She's very, very prolific with creating a lot of accounts. So the ones that I identified, I have blocked. But of course, she's like a scammer. If she creates a new one, I might not know that exists. So yeah, I mean, I can't stop her, obviously, from watching me entirely as much as I would like to. All right. Oh, your husband shares a birthday with me as well. I got so many birthday twins. All right, let's talk about customs. I think it's time to highlight the incompetent authorities that have allowed this to go on for far too long. Okay, I'm going to come to you in just a second. Let's talk about customs for a second. Big shout out to Mr. Bodden, Marlon Bodden, who's the new director of CBC, who came to the show last week, exactly a week ago, last week, Thursday. We really appreciate him coming onto the program. And let me just say that he did a phenomenal job clarifying some really, really important things. One point of clarification, and we posted the video short of it last night, that so many people, Caymanians, non-Caymanians, just residents in general, did not know is the fact that you can bring in goods for, when I say goods, just stuff for your friends. You can bring in stuff for people and claim it under your allowance. So I'm going to play the video clip again and let's talk about it, because I think it's really, really important that everyone in the Cayman Islands who is a resident here understands how the customs allowance works. Such an important point. Here we go. Clarify this bit. When you're bringing in goods for other people, right? So it's not personally for yourself. You know, Caymanians, we always trying to help each other out. Somebody says, oh, Sandy, I got this package. Can you bring it in for me? Are you supposed to treat that as part of your allowance, or strictly by law, are you supposed to declare that separately for them? It's just personal effects, so it's nothing for business or anything like that. But how should the declaration work if it's actually goods for someone else?
The goods for someone else is not a distinction. No. The traveler in possession of the goods, they are in control of the goods, they must declare that. The agreement of them bringing the goods in for someone else is totally separate and apart from the declaration.
Okay. So do they get the allowance on, like, say I'm bringing in something for a friend, her items are $200, my items.
The traveler.
Yes. So I'm the traveler, and I'm bringing it in. I can use my allowance for her goods, basically, is what I'm saying.
The total is 800, for example.
Yes.
You can't say because I'm bringing in for Marlon now, and he's not here, that he's going to get the
No. That's not what I'm asking. No.
So it just stays to total.
Is
the
800.
Total amount is the 800. Correct.
Yes, because some people get confused by this, and I've seen, sometimes they say, "Hey, I got a, whatever, a pair of shoes like they don't need, sitting in Miami. Can you grab it at the mailbox since you're going there?" And they're not bringing anything in. So if they're traveling back, they get that same allowance. They could use it without being like, "Oh no, Sandy has to go to the airport and collect it herself and pay the whole duty herself." They could just say, "Yeah, I'm just bringing this in for her, and it's counting towards my duty because I didn't buy anything." Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. All right. So let's make sure that we understand this, right? Because this has tripped up. When I posted this video last night, pilots, stewardess, friends, so many people did not know this, because I have been paying duty on stuff apparently that I should have been paying duty on. So yeah, sometimes my friends like, okay, we all have the same address mailbox in Miami, right? So if they're going, I'm like, you know what? I have 1-2 little items at my mailbox. Just grab it for me. No problem, Sandy. They come in, they leave it at the airport because they were under the understanding that they couldn't come through with my goods. That's actually not correct. And customs officers have themselves been getting this wrong, which to me is just shocking because it demonstrates that they don't know. And it's not one or two, the vast majority of them have been getting it wrong, right? So they don't know. Let me just stress again how this works. I'm your friend. You're a very lucky person if you have me as a friend, by the way. I'm your friend, and I'm going to bring in something for you, right? It's your goods. Either you shipped it to my mailbox, or you said, hey, go to Walmart and pick this up for me, right? It's coming in for you. Customs does not see the distinction in that at all. Whoever is bringing in the goods for the purposes of custom, I am the bringer of the goods. So I'm basically the owner of the goods. I'm in possession of the goods at that point in time. So it is my responsibility if the item has to be declared to make a declaration for it. But if it is within your $800 allowance, now it's been increased to $800, there is no need to declare it. There's no need to leave it at the airport for me to then go collect it and pay customs duty separately. You know how many times I've done that? I've been given customs money that I didn't need to give them. Because trust me, the person who was bringing it is a stewardess friend, a pilot friend, like they're bringing anything else. They're like, okay, Sandy, I grabbed, whatever item it is for you. So they never had to leave it there. They could have just brought it right. But customs be all up in your business. I'm just saying, well, who's this for? Well, it has Sandra's name on the suitcase. Yeah, because it's her suitcase. But don't have nothing with it. You heard Mr. Bodden himself. And in fact, if you listen more to that clip, there's a second part. It continues, and he quotes this section of the law where he's like, according to section so-and-so, the man knows his stuff. And this is why it's important. to put people in positions who actually understand and know the law. So thank you, Mr. Marlon Bod, clarifying, because again, the more I shared this clip with people, the more I realized how little they being customs officers and even some of their supervisors, that they actually know the law themselves. Now, I'm not going to go and say a refund on the times that I've done it, which was up to just the other day. You know, the person left it. I didn't know. And I went and cleared it myself, paid what I had to pay, and that was it. Going forward now, I know better. So I hope that you all now know better as well. Now, having said that, let me also tell you to be careful. Not any and everybody you can trust with your goods, and probably vice versa, right? So in other words, whenever I ask someone to bring something for me, they can open the package. It's an Amazon package coming from Amazon. It's not coming from some third party that I don't know and they sneaking something in it and whatever. No. Complete transparency. I give you the receipt so that you can know that it's the value, that it hasn't gone over. You can open it. You can inspect the package. You can do whatever, right? There's no hiding of anything, because, you know, you do not want someone to be bringing something in for you, and then lo and behold, it's like the drugs in the refrigerator kind of thing, and nobody wants to take, ownership of the refrigerator. Because once again, the person who's bringing it in is a person who is going to be held responsible. So just make sure that it's, it's someone that you obviously have a relationship with and that you can trust. Listen to this scamming headline. 86-year-old with dementia scammed out of $10,000. Fraudsters even drove her to the bank to withdraw the cash. This was in the UK. Oh my God. Wow, that's horrible. The scam involved false claims of an arrest and bail, with fraudsters arranging to pick up the money in person. My God, these people are wicked. There's a couple YouTubers that their main channel and their main task is to find these scammers, and they get into they're very good. They get into their systems, they hack their webcams and all sorts of stuff. They see where they're set up, and they start to take control. Some of the scammers start crying once they realize that they've been caught, and they take control of the good people take control of their computers and download all the information, get their IP locators, send the authorities for them, the whole 9 yards. Yep. It's crazy. Everybody trying to fight back against the scammers. All right. And the other important thing is, and we'll post this one, is that there's no age limit on who can get a customs allowance. The only requirement really is that you be a resident. So it can't be a visitor to the island. And that was when Ms. Shelma asked a really good question. She said, what if it's a Caymanian returning home? Well, unless returning home for a visit, but bringing stuff for other people, then you don't qualify. Because the one criteria, it's not that you're a Caymanian. You don't have to be a Caymanian to get it. It is that you are a resident. A resident obviously could be a non-Caymanian. If you don't reside in Cayman, then unfortunately you do not have the benefit of an allowance. So Breezes says government does a bad job advertising. Educational content should be released daily. DVDL, customs, RCA, DV, and I agree that there is room for improvement in this regard for sure. These PSAs, social media posts, radio posts, and others should be readily available for the public to have access to this information. And you have to make it ongoing, because like today, We got over 300 people listening to the program, but your granny might not be one of those 300 plus people. Thousands of people will watch it later. It might not be your granny. So advertise all over the place, do PSAs. And speaking of PSAs, here's an important one that you will want to make sure you're paying attention to.
As Minister for Health, Environment and Sustainability, I'd like to personally invite you to join me at one of our upcoming public town hall meetings. We're discussing proposed changes to legislation covering environmental health, tobacco and vaping, public health, health practice, and I want to hear from you. Whether you have questions, concerns, or ideas to share, these meetings are an opportunity for open conversation about issues that affect us all. Join us at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 26th of August at the John Gray Memorial Church Hall in Westby, or at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th of August at Constitutional Hall in Georgetown. Come out, meet your neighbors, share your perspective, and be a part of shaping the future of health in our islands. Light refreshments will be available, and I look forward to seeing you there.
All right, folks, that's coming up next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Please mark your calendars if you want to be involved in the consultation and you would like to attend in person. There are options, obviously. But yes, the government, the health ministry in particular, is doing this consultative process for a number of bills. I think there's up to 4 bills. And so now is the time, really, for you to get involved. Yep. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let me just see here now. All right. Let's do a couple court cases. By the way, congratulations to our young men's team football yesterday. They beat, hold on. Let me just get the details here now. This was the Cayman under 14 national team in DR playing football. The final score was 5-1 against Dominica. Wow, good for you guys. Yes, go Cayman, Tier 2 Group B, 2026 CFU Under 14 Challenge Series. So well done. Fantastic. We'll put up a little story about that because I think that's amazing. Yeah, good for them. Lots of things going on in the world of football always. Just because World Cup is done doesn't mean that everything ends. So 5-1, I think, is really good. Well done. All right, let's talk about a couple interesting cases. I'm looking into a few things for people, so thank you so much for sending you through your details. There is a complaint. Speaking of court cases, there is a complaint about what's it called? There is a complaint about the guy in, what part of town? Not Fairbanks, close to Fairbanks, who has his generators running all the time. And people are saying at night they can't sleep because of this guy. He has like multiple generators running. So you guys remember him. His name isn't coming to me right now. But basically, he had stolen electricity from CUC on more occasions than one. He used to be an electrical inspector. This is the part of the story that is so wild. So he's an electricity thief. One of the few people in Cayman, or he might be the only person who's ever been convicted of this offense. Because it doesn't happen that often in Cayman where people steal electricity. I'm not trying to give y'all any ideas, but he because he was an inspector, he knew how to do it. I understand in some jurisdictions, this is the norm. Happens all the time. Not so much here. So he went to court years ago. I think he was sent to jail, and then he's had to pay compensation. And then I think his house got damaged because of something, but there's some reason. It's either the billing and the thievery, or his house doesn't have a proper CO, but he's still renting it out to people. And he is running generators 24/7. So at night, somebody messaged me 9:45 yesterday, and they're just like, this is ridiculous. We can't sleep because of this guy. So Sandra, what do we do to stop this guy in Fern Circle continuously running the generators, disturbing people's sleep? You remember the fire that happened? Yes. He's still running them, and they're buzzing 24/7, 365. I don't even know how he's able to afford the generators, because y'all complain about CUC. Try running your house in a generator. That is expensive as heck. They say the RCIPS has done nothing. The fire service has done nothing. The Department of Planning has done nothing, even though this power source is feeding illegally built units on his property. Finally, the DOE have been useless. 2 years ago, they promised to take noise readings, which they never did, and to date have still not done. How can one individual make so many lives miserable? Do we need to deal with this ourselves? Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but be careful. So, I mean, there has to be a way to stop this guy. I think that this is unbelievable. So we've reached out to the authorities because I think at the very minimum, this is certainly a noise pollution issue, but he has converted his house into a tenement yard, which means that there's all these people there who are renting from him. I can't believe y'all rent from people who don't even have the ability to provide you with proper generator. That just goes to show you the desperation in the rental market. So y'all paying your hard-earned money to go and rent from a guy, right, who doesn't have proper electricity connected to the house. And you're having to sit there and deal with a generator yourself. See, any sensible place in the world, he would not be able to do this, because no fool would be renting from the guy. You understand what I'm saying? This is wild. Anyway, he does get renters, and he continues to take advantage of the situation. Right? And the neighbors have to ultimately pay the price with the constant noise. What do you think should happen to this guy? I mean, really and truly. Anyway, we will continue to agitate for some sort of change, some sort of action here. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandy.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just listening to your show. Just want to say the name of the person is Neville Faulkner. And
That's
I'm not
right. Yes, I was trying to remember. Thank you.
Because he's my neighbor. And we have been having issues for like about 4 years now. He was also one of those that had a line plugged into my outlet from on the outside. When he had CUC, the water company, the gas company, and all those that came and disconnected all of his services. Then my light bill went from like 200 and something to like 300. And the next month it went to like 5 plus. The following month then it went then to like over 700. I said, no, something is wrong. I went out one night and I came back knowing that he didn't have any electrical services. The whole of his house was lighted up. So I went round to the back of my house, and then I found the line. And when I unplugged it, the whole of the house went black. I then went over to his house, and I spoke to an Indian guy, and wanted to find out that what had happened. The Indian guy had temporary permission to have services for his room only. And then Faulkner, being a master electrician, he spliced a cord from the guy's room to his panel box that had the whole of his house lighted up, and he was still charging tenants for electricity that nobody else was collecting for.
Wow.
He was a criminal.
Wow.
Just last month, I think he went to court. And you remember, he had this case where he sent these threatening messages to Pandui from the planning department.
Really?
Well, whatever happens, I mean, they had all the evidence, but whatever happens, it's like the judge chose to find him not guilty. So he was exonerated from that.
What?
But this man is a criminal. Listen, this man was a master electrician working for planning department before.
I remember, yeah.
Right? He bridged a line house to the line on the road in front of his house. And for 5 years plus, he was not paying any electricity. So when he and some tenant had beef, then when they came and found out, he was then taken to court and he was charged. He went to jail. He came out of jail and he continued doing the same thing because there was a derelict house which was right next to him. A Cayman girl bought the house. She put up a temporary supply, to get the house repaired because they were going to live in it. They're actually living in the house right now. This man turns around and digs a trench under the ground and runs a pipe hooked up to the woman's temporary supply.
My God. Wow. So how are we going to stop this guy? This is illegal.
Well, but Sandy, like to say, only one way to stop like this.
You got to put him in jail. You're going to have to put him in jail.
Jail? No. Jail is not good enough because when he come out of jail, he's going to continue doing the same thing.
They need to put him in there for a substantial amount of time.
Listen, I don't understand. Listen, this house, after the fire, this house was condemned, not to be rented because I went then also to planning and spoke to the police and so on and so forth. They had up the yellow tape, caution tape, right? This man had like about 27 plus persons living inside the place during the time when the fire happened. Because that morning, there was all of them sitting over on the other side of his residence on the grass. They were told that they would have to find some place else to stay. The police warded it off with the tape. But within about a week, I started to see people coming back. Right now, he has no electricity from CUC. He has no running water. So this is the reason why he's running these generators. We also got some panel boxes up on top of the roof, along with some windmills.
Wow.
But the noise of the generators is not affecting me because I'm on the other side of him. But they are affecting those people that live over in the ambience because some of these units are right next to the fence where he got these generators. And I can't understand why planning and other authorities here can't do something about this. I mean, the yard is infested. So I have to continue running chickens and right now, well, I've gotten rid of the rats because I had to set a lot of rat cases and so. And I've complained to Department of Environmental Health repeatedly. They have done absolutely nothing. So quite to say, suffice to say, I'm not going to say it on radio, but there's only one recourse to this man.
Wow.
One recourse. This is disgusting.
Don't take matters into your own hand, because
no, I'm not taking matters into my own hand. But listen, if I have to, I will, because this man, he have mental issues, right? He has pleaded mental insanity in cases before. So he has mental issues, and let me tell you, there's so much I could say, you know. But you know what they say? If you push a cat against the wall, what's going to happen? When they're coming back at you, they're coming back with all 4 paws loaded. Yeah. But this man is a criminal, you know, and he continues doing these things and getting away with it. Yeah. But anyhow, you know what they say? There's a limit, and that limit is called enough. All right, Sandy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 936-2626. Anybody else having to deal with this guy? Are you living in the area and can't even get sleep at night? Because, you know, he is just running his generators, even windmills, all this sort of stuff for a house that was condemned by planning. I thought it was the case that it didn't have a CO. It already had a fire, which was jeopardizing people's lives. And can I tell you that, as I recall, the last time we spoke about this guy, that there was a what do you call it? A person who reached out to us saying how he had actually finagled them somehow into buying one of these apartments that he has, and they gave the guy something like $20,000 or some ridiculous thing, and now they were out of money, and oh my God. Accident alert brought to you courtesy of the good folks over at Recover Personal Injury. This morning, an accident has just been reported. Guess where? I think you guys know exactly where, because it's always happening. Any guesses? I'll give you a few to guess where this one is. 936-2626. Where do you think this accident is this morning? I think it's it's Cayman's #1 spot for accidents personally, but let's see if you guys can get it. Call me. I think y'all know exactly where it is. Avoid the area, folks, of the, we call it the A.L. Thompson's Roundabout, but it's actually the Butterfield Roundabout. But try to avoid this area if at all possible, because yes, and yes, there is another accident there again this morning. That roundabout confuses people. Generally speaking, people don't know how to use roundabouts properly, has been my observation. And they're cutting across each other. You have people in the inner lane who feel like they can go out in the outer lane, and they just feel like they have the right of way, and they just switch across and run right into people. It is wild how you guys manage to not know how to drive in Cayman when literally we have like equivalent of 2 streets. The road system here is not particularly complicated. But y'all make it complicated. And I see, like, I traverse that intersection almost every day. The more I think about it, I should probably avoid it. But, you know, it gets you quickly onto the Esterly Tibbetts. And I see people doing stuff that makes me just shake my head. You have multiple entrances onto the roundabout. And then you have people get into the roundabout and simply don't know what they're doing. You can't be in the inner lane and trying to cut across people, right? No, most of the times they don't use indicators. You have no idea what people, and they're going through these roundabouts so fast, like a bat out of hell. You should even slow down in a roundabout. Avoid the area this morning, folks. Thank you so much This person said, where there's no enforcement, this is the result. Why would anyone respect our legislation? Now, he used to work for planning. So, of course, some people are like, oh, he's getting away with it because he used to work for planning. I don't think that that's the case. Because I'll tell you what, planning is sick and tired of him as well. But absolutely. Why is there no enforcement? Someone says, I only wish that we could revoke Mr. Faulkner's Cayman status. Oh, he has Cayman status? Oh, really? Well, why haven't we looked at that option? I mean, it is revocable. He's been to jail. Maybe it's time. Oh, really? Where's he from? Dare I ask? Where is he from? This person says, morning. Every time the tenants at L'Ambiance have taken him to court, then he claims mental health and the judges keep letting him off. They have reported him to planning, and because he's a former employee, they've done nothing. Did the same to L'Ambiance, stealing power. Well, according to that last caller, planning, I guess, tried to do something and the court let him off. Listen, mental health is not an excuse to break the law. So I find that to be really, really peculiar as to how our judiciary is working, right? Because he has mental health problems, if he does at all, which obviously I would question that even. Like, I don't know what the proper diagnosis is. Caymanian's gonna say, yeah, he bat-ish crazy. I mean, yeah, that's, interesting. But he still knows what he's doing and he still understands right from wrong. And obviously, he's been doing it for a really, really long time. We need to rein this guy in. Seriously. We definitely need to rein this in. I would be so pissed. Oh my God. I can't. Not being able to sleep at night because of the generator? Oh my God. This is ridiculous. All right, let's see some of your comments. Valerie says the under 14 team won on Tuesday against Turks as well, 4-1. What? They're on a mission. Thank you so much, Miss Valerie. Breeza says, I know of a couple who moved out of the area because of the generator guy. They're renting elsewhere and trying to sell the place behind him. Just disgusting. And it's so disgusting that people have to upend and uproot their own lives because of one person. That's the point here, right? One person is literally making everyone's life miserable, and he's getting away with it. Something has to be done about this guy. And of course, if everybody knows that that's a problem, what kind of value do you think the people in L'Ambiance or anybody else in the vicinity is going to get for their homes? He is literally impacting the house values in that area, and that's wrong. Listen, I understand the last caller's frustration. I just encourage you to follow the law and not take matters into your own hands, because then you're going to be the one who gets in trouble. I wonder if that last fire was accidental. Maybe somebody was trying to burn him out of the place and it didn't fully work. Barbara says, if camping is illegal except at Easter, this surely should fall under the same category. Strong Wilt says to lock him up. Neville Faulkner, that's his name. Breeza says people need to sue him directly and government. Caymanians need to act more American when it comes to civil court. They will take you for everything. Money makes people take you seriously. Maybe if somebody sues him and actually wins a substantial amount, they can just take the house as compensation, because I doubt he has any money. And yet he has tenants. That is the part that is just driving my brain can't work. Wild. I think it's time to highlight the incompetent authorities that have allowed this to go on for so long. What will it take before they act? Someone to be killed from another fire? Thanks, Sandy. I missed the discussion, unfortunately. Can I see a rerun? Was the government side mentioned? Yep. No enforcement by anyone in power. Also, our mental health is a risk due to the lack of sleep that we're getting. Our properties are being devalued because of him. Absolutely right. Yeah. He is conniving, says this one person. The solution, this person says, kill him. He's not the only person who's thinking like the gentleman speaking. Lord have mercy, don't kill him. How about we just find a way to deport him? This person says, from the minute that I heard all about this Jerry Riggin wire stealing and 14 generators, I'm sorry, that's such a Caymanian thing to say. For 11 generators, I said to myself, he got to be a Jamaican. Well, where is he from? I'm not assuming because I don't know him. Does anybody know where he's from? This person says, I know his parents were Jamaicans. I think he came to Cayman as a young child, but stand to be corrected. If he has mental issues, why isn't he in a mental institution? Child. Another one claiming mental issues, but yet we don't even have any place really to put them. Because apparently you can have mental issues as a defense in court, for example, and then you still don't get treatment for it and you continue to torture people. That's the solution, evidently. Did he ever pay the $150,000 fine that was handed down to him for the electricity theft? Clearly not. And so I think what he's doing is he's circumventing the fine, hasn't paid it. And again, there should be enforcement on that fine. Take his house for it. You see, y'all playing around with people. When I get my final judgment, I know if KT I will take all the cats, the mangy cats, well, they're not worth nothing. But you better believe that my interest is going to be registered on that house. Yep, I'm going to that house. You're going to be electricity. And I'm just like, time for you to get out. Don't play with people. When you have a judgment of this sort of substantial amount, you can put limits on things, including property. So Anthony, I doubt that's ever been paid. And yet he's sitting there every day making rental money from poor people who are renting from him. Boy, we need that. Thank you. Live Happy. Just thinking about the tenancy, residential tenancy consultation. Thank you. Live Happy says this is a good opportunity to inform people to send in their feedback on the government's residential tenancy consultation at gov.ay. Now out and waiting for your feedback. Thank you so much. It just passed my mind as well. And we got to invite them on the program. But absolutely, this is a wonderful opportunity to let you know that the government is reviewing this piece of legislation. Consultation is open. And so most definitely, you should participate. Give your feedback. This falls under Minister Jay, and the government is looking to modernize that piece of legislation. Breeza says, how was he able to own that home in the first place? It looked quite nice before he ruined it, and it's in central Georgetown. Well, I mean, he used to work at some point. Like I said, he was an electrical inspector, so I'm guessing he got a bank loan like everybody else in Cayman. You know, and then just ran it to the dogs. Strong says this is what you crook. Barbara G says, what's the minister for this area? That would be Minister J. Yes, Barbara, A.L. Thompson's, you got it right. NR, he in gold, says A.L. Thompson's, yep. Buenos dias, Miss Alba. Jake Scott is another one, but it's not as busy as A.L. Thompson's. Strong Wilt got it. Wilsa, yes, A.L. Thompson's roundabout. Lee. Gabby guessed the four-way stop by Jake Scott. Good morning to you, honey child. Oh, joining us all the way from New Jersey. Thank you so much. Breeza says, on the Butterfield roundabout, an RCIPS van nearly took me out a few weeks ago. What? I had to pull brakes. Went all the way around in the inside lane to exit by Animal House, entered by Humane Society Way. That's the same roundabout we talking about. Pure confusion. They need to file a civil suit. Why are you so scared? But based on what I'm hearing, I believe that let me see here now. I believe that 1 second, my apologies. Yeah, so I believe that they have done that and still no recourse because he's showing up to court with a pile of excuses trying to avoid accountability. It's horrible. Wow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yes, sir. All right. Bar says if you got stacked in McKeever's giveaway, I doubt that it can be revoked. I'm not sure how he got it, to be honest. Sandy, where you think he's from, you don't have to ask. Good morning, says Miss Rose. And Anthony says power constantly stolen is not a victimless crime. An uncollected revenue by the power company inflates costs for legitimate CUC customers. And it's also dangerous, although he thought he knew what he was doing, because he does have, he was an electrical inspector, so obviously he had some degree of knowledge. It can still be dangerous. Live Happy says he looks Jamaican. He's on Facebook. Hold on. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if I can find him. I mean, I think he's playing crazy in order to abuse the system and abuse people. I don't know that he has a clinical diagnosis of actually being crazy, but he's smart enough to steal and smart enough to do what he needs to do, get tenants and all kind of stuff. How crazy can you really be if you're able to do all of that? You know what I'm saying? Something to write. What a mess. Let me see. Okay. Why, Zeus, why are you scratching my leg? Good morning again, sir. Let me see if I can find him. Neville Faulkner. And he likes to send these emails. I have actually seen him send emails and we blocked him from communicating with us. And let me see here now. Neville Faulkner. Oh, yes, he has 61 mutual friends. Which one of y'all are friends with this crazy man? So he doesn't have, he has 1.5 thousand friends, by the way. Date of birth, April 30th, 1968. And he has some crazy picture up, Cayman Islands Youth Plus. Let me show you his account here. Yeah, he pretended to be crazy. Trust me. But we blocked him from our email because he used to email us a pile of nonsense because he's a conspiracy theorist about everything, claiming that somebody trying to do something to him. Obviously not. Y'all not done nothing to this man. That is why he can feel such liberty. Doing this nonsense to people. So here's his page. Neville Faulkner. Thank God we're not friends. Oh my gosh, he has a lot of mutual friends. Wow. Zeus, no. Can't believe how crazy people can be. Oh, this is him. I mean, what a hot mess. British Cayman neo-Nazis judicial branch. That was 20 hours ago. Oh, he must be in court with something, because look at what he has a lot of design skills though. Look at what he's wasting time designing. Zeus, behave yourself. They hatch the eggs of vipers and spin a spider's web, he says. Whoever eats their eggs will die. And when one is broken, an adder is hatched. Quoting the Bible, Isaiah 59:5. You ever notice that people, I think Zeus wants to get in the chair. Okay, sir, let me pull out your chair for you. You ever notice that people with mental health issues have an obsession with religion? Not to be funny, but it is a known thing. Schizophrenics, people with all sorts of mental health issues, they have an unnatural obsession with religious beliefs. And I don't know what that is. They love to quote the Bible. There's got to be some research on this, I think. But yeah, one mess. No, sir. So he is posting that 20 hours ago. Well, he got time to be on Facebook with his generators, posting up to an hour ago. Yes, sir. Wow. So he got time to worry about North Korea, Ukraine, he all over the place, American politics. He better try and worry about his own situation right there in Georgetown. He's posting, he posted up his Foster's bill. Oh, he got a woman that can cook for him? What? Doing video of some woman cooking for him? Okay. Wow. Let's fast forward, because I don't know what he's saying, but let's fast forward. Yes, sir. You can even find woman to harass. Oh my God. So wild. My new tenant from Nepal, see what he posted up, offered me some food for Father's Day. She say it's the first time she tried this dish, but she's a supervisor at the Ritz Carlton food service, so I don't know if she's being truthful. Tastes nice like hell. Lobster, crab, egg, corn, carrot, baby potatoes, shrimps, and seasonings. So basically she made him a, what do you call these oh my gosh, what are these pots called when you put everything together and you do it like that? So his tenants are even cooking for him? And he got a woman on top of that? He look like he love his belly though. Always showing off his food. This is wild. This don't look like nobody who knows, sir. And where he get Spanish looking woman from? Jeez on peace. He's recording here while he's driving. I don't know what he's saying there, but nothing wrong with him. He not got no mental health issues. What he needs is a lick upside his head. And is this his child that he keeps featuring in these videos? He has a very young child, looks like. Got time to be making babies, but talking about mental health issues, no, sir. They're doing a little farming there as well. Wow. It's safe to say that he is playing the system, and the system is being easily played. Yep. Oh, look at it. Stove full of food, boy. All kind of fresh fish and all kind of thing. So he not hurting for no money. Y'all better try and get you $150,000 out of this man. Driving a Honda. That look like another woman. That look like the same woman to me. You got more than one woman or what? She don't look like she really wants to be on camera though. She's like, dude, why are you showing people? Some of these women are so desperate, they'll be with anybody. Oh my gosh. OMG. Yeah, man, he loved to show off the food. This look like a little rundown dish. He loves to show off women and the food. So he can find women. Lord God, I'm going yeah. Hold on now. Okay. Now nothing do this man. Y'all better rein this man in. Y'all better rein him in. Oh my God. Wow. My Lord. What a mess. Do something with this man, please, and thanks. This is ridiculous. Woosa. His mom is Caymanian from West Bay and his father is Jamaican, says Live and Learn. Or live and what? LVN. What is that supposed to be? I'm saying live and learn, but it's not. It's living. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but thank you. So his mom is West Bay. You know what is so funny? I was going to say he looks like somebody else I know from West Bay, you know. He kind of looked like them West Bayers for true. Like the Wells and stuff like that. He looked like he could be family to them. So who's his mommy, I wonder? So I mean that unfortunately he's one of us, if his mommy from West Bay. If was a Caymanian, they would lock him up and take away the house, says Rose. Budget Bridge says, hello, CMR. Can we get an update on the completion of the King's Roundabout? I'm not sure of the vision, but as it stands, it's a little confusing about what the end product will be. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. It is going to be confusing for a minute. I'm going to invite the NRA to come on and try to do some educating on that roundabout before they complete it, because I do believe that's going to be another hotspot for accidents, because eventually what's going to happen is the two lanes coming from Crew Road are going to be open at the same time. And they are intended for if you're going in one direction, you're supposed to take one, like it's split by that little miniature roundabout thing. Going the other way, you're supposed to take that. Yeah, that's going to confuse people. Let me see. Seafood broil. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. The devil takes many forms. The voices from God makes you wonder. The women looking papers. Check to see if it's the same Neville that was part of the first bank robbery, I think in 1989, or maybe it was his brother. I can't remember which of the Faulkner brothers it was. I just found it. If it's the Neville, I'm thinking it was his brother with the robbery. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, he was involved in the very first bank robbery in Cayman back in 1989. That was the CNB. Oh, so the whole family sounds like a bunch of winners. Look at his photos and read the text messages. What text messages? He seems a little bit obsessed with certain things, but they're reviewing it. They have been reviewing it for years. It's too slow and does not help the residents here now. We, the residents of L'Ambiance, have had many meetings with the DEH planning RCIPS and the fire service, yet none have been able to do something. So maybe it's time to revoke his status. Well, honey child, it doesn't seem like he has status if his mama Caymanian. Seeing comments about a civil suit, this is a good idea. However, the court system is so slow and very expensive when using lawyers. Someone says he used to have a beautiful wife. I think it's true through her that he went crazy. How you blaming the wife for this man? Child, please make these people own accountability. He's well known to a lot of us. They see he got a nice house, or it was nice before. I think he may be family to the Webbs. I would say while working, he did a lot of favors for his friends. Yes, the first CNB robbery, he was involved, or maybe his family, I can't remember. So it doesn't look like it was probably him, it was the brother. Oh. Okay. I need to ask, what's the original post about? All right. So, okay. He's an electrician by trade. He went through the CIHS system, so he'd be considered Caymanian. If he was not born here, his brother is Roy Faulkner, who's involved in the CNB robbery. Parents were good people. Okay. So Caymanian mother, we're understanding, and Jamaican father. And parents, good people, but he obviously didn't get that gene too much. All right, budget bridge. I've inquired with NRA, so as soon as we know something, we'll let you know. Sandy, from the moment you mentioned stealing light, I know he's a Jamaican. Well, at least he's half Jamaican. Gabby says, I follow him too. No, sir. Laughing out now. I need to stop accepting every friend request. Yeah, I mean, I hardly accept any anymore. Anthony says religion is mental control, so it would obviously coincide, Sandy. Barbara says he's only putting out this shit to prove that he has mental issues. Crab boil, yes, crab boil, that's what I was thinking of. Jonathanson question, why no accountability? Answer, institutionalized corruption. Let's just say that when one has a history of taking under the table cash for signing off on shoddy electrical work, then that one neither works nor exists within a vacuum. Jinnle it is, jinnle it does. Ooh, Jonathan. Strong Wilt says, Auntie, you take that in your face. Laughing out loud. What are we taking? George says he's a genius. It takes a genius to get out of some of the mess he's been in. Except, I don't know that he's getting out of it, is the problem. He's more in it, but he's just going along, living his best life, and really making everybody else's living hell. John LaRue, it was living for Eclipse. Oh, my eyes were so confused by that. Thank you. Laverne. You saw Laverne in there? If the law is on his side, it's best to leave him alone. How is the law on his side? I don't think the law is on his side. It's just, YouTuber says, Sandy, try so hush. The Hispanics, Asians, and Jamaican women will take him up in a minute. Anything to help them send their money to maintain their family back home. Poems for free accommodation. I can't with you people. Really? People are that desperate for a little place to stay? Oh, God. I guess when you're an independent woman that can pay your own bills and stuff, it just... No, sir. I don't know what to say. Well, okay. So I am on to a few persons who can maybe try to figure out what's going on with the situation. I think it is very, very unfortunate, but let's see what we can do. Oh no, a baby dolphin was found washed up. Aw, my Tweetum. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is he the one that always comments as Tartarian? Look on his Facebook. I don't think so. Look on his Facebook photos. I don't know. Someone says, good morning. His brother robbed CNB. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. All right, let me give you an update. This person says, we really appreciate you highlighting this arrogant individual. Maybe now the authorities will act appropriately. So remember earlier in the show, I was saying that I don't check my text messages. And then I saw a message and I was like, oh my God, this is one I probably needed to see. So that was from, and it's so funny because somebody else just sent me something in relation to this, right? So here's the thing. Remember the young man last week that we were discussing on Friday's show about how he essentially did this video, and I had a lot of questions about the video. It made me uncomfortable as a parent to see a child being put up to do this kind of a video. And you remember where my thoughts were. I'm like, it's unsettling. And so since then, the father has included us in email chains every single day. We're getting emails that are being sent to all sorts of people. So by way of an update, the judges have said to the court judges, their secretaries have said, stop emailing us, remove us from this email chain, which means that because the only way you can get through a judge is through their PA. And so they don't want any communication from him, right? So that message was sent a couple of days ago. He was messaging myself and Mario Rankin. Mario Rankin over the weekend said, stop sending me these emails, remove me from the email chain. He's still sending them to me. I will have to decide when enough, I suppose. And so it's, regurgitating the same thing over and over again, that supposedly there was this incident at the school with his son and that he feels now like their lives are in danger and all this sort of stuff. It is unsettling. And so you almost don't know how much to believe. He's constantly saying, he said a couple days ago that him, the wife, and the kid would come on the show. So imagine my surprise this morning when I see that one of the messages I had here is from the child's mother saying, I see he and his father got your attention on their recent video. I appreciate you sharing concerns for my son and any youth for that matter. However, this posting does not include all the background and is misleading. I'm more concerned that his father chose not to be the face of this message and instead asked a minor to do so. I simply want you to know there is more to our family story, and I'd really prefer our son not be unnecessarily put in the spotlight. Thank you. The crazy thing, though, is your son himself, he's a minor, but his father is the one who's putting him in the spotlight. And so your son has his own social media page and he's in the spotlight. So if you want to control this situation, you can't ask media to control it. You need to rein in your husband. So let me show you an example. right? Of how this is getting out of control. So someone literally just sent me the screenshot. This is what reminded me of this message, which I got earlier today. Here's this young man in his social media account commenting on some Compass article page, responding to people again about we have stingrays here in the Cayman Islands. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but please pray for our family. Please share our profile with U.S. representatives. I'm a U.S. citizen trapped in the Cayman Islands, and my dad is fighting to save me. Please share. I'm going to tell you what my honest opinion is about this situation. This situation is out of control. And I think whatever is happening with the Hague Convention, as soon as they can sort this out, the sooner, the better. So that as an American citizen, he is permitted to leave the Cayman Islands. Hopefully him and the father are permitted to leave the Cayman Islands and not come back. It's as simple as that. We have got to stop giving status and PR to people who have clearly demonstrated that they should not get it. When they get it and they start to act out in such a way, we need to have the right to quickly remove such status or PR from them and send them packing and on their merry way. It is particularly egregious to me that this person actually works for the Cayman Islands government and is going on in this manner. You know, there's a way to do things and there's a way not to do things. And I think that this is a perfect example of the way not to do things. So correct me if you have a different opinion on this, but, you know, his father has this obsession. The son now has the obsession. And I think, quite frankly, that they both need to go. Really and truly. This now exceeds any degree of reasonableness. And the issue here isn't the media sharing this. The issue is, as a mother, I mean, I don't know why you don't seem to have full custody of your son in these circumstances, but I do think that you need to rein this in. So I appreciate the mother reaching out because I had a lot of questions about where is the mother in this situation? Where is she? What is she doing? Why, you know, it's like I had a lot of questions. So at least she in part has answered my questions. And the other thing is she's being copied in on these emails. And basically he's saying that, you know, the three of them will come on the show. I don't know who she is, but she needs to obviously take better control of the situation. That's what I would say as a parent. Yeah, so something's got to give here. I personally would not be allowing any husband or father to be dragging my child through what has to be a very mentally unstable situation. You know, get it together, folks. So he should not be engaging in this type of interaction. Your son, in fact, should even have a social media account. Come off of social media. Take your child off of social media. Shoot, if I had to go to court to ensure that my son was not on social media and to get a court order, I would do that. It's probably time that is done because this is not healthy for your son. This is damaging. Right? And so it's just confusing. And a lot of people, of course, in the initial stages were like, oh my God, if he's being bullied, just like myself, that's very, very concerning because we do know that bullying happens in schools. And if our schools are not properly handling the situation, then obviously that's a problem. And that's a problem that has to be addressed. But as she said here, there's much more going on here than meets the eye. That was also obvious to me, right? It's wild. And what I now know is this child has actually been reaching out to Radio Cayman clients through his father's phone and sending them voice notes about his situation. How is that even being allowed? How is that being allowed and you continue to have your government job? You see, this is where government gets a reputation now for just pure slackness. Okay. No. Nope. We got to be prepared to call a spade a spade. Separate and apart from whatever allegations you have going on here, there's a way to handle it. And this simply is not the way to do that. It's very, very concerning. And so I don't know what's going on with the father, but for a child to now have taken on this burden of thinking that somebody's trying to kill him and all this kind of stuff, it is just wild. It's wild, and it's not natural for this to be handled in this particular way. The child sounds like he's been traumatized and needs some help, but he needs professional help. And I'm not so sure that the father is in a position to provide him with said professional help. So I think what has to happen is somebody needs to step in and ensure that this is handled appropriately. Okay. That's all I'm going to say on it. Again, very, very concerning here. I mean, I think the mother needs to probably say something because everybody is being brought into this. And I'm telling you that most people are saying, just stop messaging us. We don't want anything to do with this. So I don't think they've received anything by way of a positive response in relation to this. People just think, oh, this is just a crazy person sending out these messages. You know? There you go. All right, folks. That's it for me. All right, so we've got a few things working on in the background for you guys. You know, another sad story here in relation to as school restarts. I really hope that most of you won't have to deal with any bullying, but I think there needs to be like like I said before, a national plan of if your child is bullied, these are the steps that you take, and this is what it is that you need to do. And schools need to have proper protocol in place for addressing school bullying as well. All right, so folks, thank you so much again for tuning into the program. And thank you for sharing your comments and your concerns. And we'll see what we can do about the Faulkner situation. I've already emailed a few people to make some inquiries about that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning because it is Friday tomorrow. So we'll have a great show tomorrow, no doubt. All right, folks, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.